Hey everybody, Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. Now I know I already gave you guys a video today, but my wife is working a full 12-hour shift both days this weekend, and I'm getting kind of bored of poning noobs and wow, so I decided, what the hell, I'll make another video for you guys. Alright, I've been asked this question a couple of times, and I just saw someone ask it over on Ian's page at No Bullshit Bodybuilding. They asked the question of, should you eat the same caloric intake when you are deloading as you're eating during your regular training? And I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you guys. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Alright, I am of the opinion that whether you are bulking or cutting, that during a deload week you should be eating at maintenance calories. And here's the reason why. First of all, people have these misconceptions that recovery precedes muscle growth, and that's not the case. Your muscles grow as part of the recovery process, or they have finished growing sometimes before you have actually fully recovered from a training session. There's a bit of a misconception there. And what happens on a deload week, you're not actually growing. You are recovering, you are adapting to your previous state of overreaching, but you're absolutely not going to be stimulating new muscle growth. And maintenance calories, assuming your diet is sufficient, should be enough to handle your recovery. However, any surplus calories you're eating during a deload, once you get about 48 hours into it and you've stopped growing from your last heavy training session, all of your surplus calories are going to turn to fat. And it's going to be pretty minimal. If you're only on a 10% surplus, it might only be half a pound of fat that week. But if you're eating a 20% surplus, you might gain a full pound of body fat with no muscle gain during your deload week. And you're going to have to spend 1 to 2 weeks later cutting in order to get that fat back off. So that's really not optimal, and it's not necessarily going to speed up your recovery to eat a surplus. Maintenance is enough to do it. So when bulking, I advise that. Now when cutting, it does beg the question of, why are people pushing so hard for progression when they are cutting that they need to deload, which may not be the most optimal strategy, but that aside, it does happen. It happens to all of us sometimes. And when it comes to that, I think that you should eat maintenance on that also. And the reason for that being, one, in that case, a deficit isn't going to help you recover particularly well. You could use the extra nutrients, and maintenance will achieve that for you. So it will improve your deload. It will allow you to come back stronger. It will also help almost simulate part of a diet break. So hopefully it does speed your metabolism up and replenish the muscle glycogen, so that as soon as you go back to cutting, you're going to have some improved workouts. And the other point to consider there is that when you're not stimulating muscle growth, you're not giving your body the signal that it needs to hold on to muscle tissue. I personally feel like that is not the optimal time to be in a caloric deficit. Just like when you advise people that they need to be lifting weights when they're dieting, trying to lose weight, otherwise they lose muscle tissue. Running a caloric deficit during a deload week, you are setting yourself up for potential muscle loss more so than during your normal workouts when you're cutting. So I would say in that case, again, go ahead and eat at maintenance. Alright guys, that's all I have to say on that today. I hope this has been informative, and I will talk to you next time.